I'm on. Good morning. It's November 2nd, Saturday morning, and I voted this week. Absentee. I made a mistake on the ballot, so I had to go back and redo it at the election facility. And I voted Republican straight ticket with the exception of one Republican, and that was the one that I didn't vote for was Bernie Moreno. Bernie, I just don't like you and I don't trust you, so I didn't vote for you. On the presidential ticket, I went ahead and voted for the soon to be dictator, Donald Trump, and I passed on Kamala and the Biden regime because that's not going anywhere. It's going to stay where it is. Look at the stock market, look at what's going on with the pricing and the immigrants, and everybody supposedly is working. I'd like to know how much the 11 million immigrants are costing us taxpayers on a daily, weekly, monthly basis for their clothing, their housing, their food, their medical. It's an absolute disgrace that you went ahead and allowed this to happen. And then 4 months before the election, you tone everything down. The price of gas came down a quarter, 50 cents, whatever the case may be. The problem really that exists is the international front with Russia, with I couldn't believe last week on 60 Minutes where 10,000, it's either 10,000 or 100,000 North Koreans are going into this bunker and they're getting the Russian uniforms to go up into Ukraine to kill the remainder of the Ukrainians and try and stop this war because Putin, although he's making shitloads of money with the 170 tankers that are holding 1 million gallons each of oil that are traversing the globe and selling it to everybody, India, you name it, that stuff's even coming into the New York port. This is according to 60 Minutes last week. I don't understand what's going on. I know that if you take these dictators from China, you take the dictators from Russia, North Korea, Ukraine, what else is going on here? The war in Israel's a nonstop. It's never going to stop. You can't kill 50,000 women and children and expect that to just like kind of float away. It's not going to happen. You've blown up and wiped out the entire place. Russia, you're in the same situation. You've practically wiped out the whole state of Ukraine, but we haven't got the minerals from underneath the ground yet, the uranium that controls and runs the planet. So the war just keeps going. It's ridiculous. So, based on that information and based on what I have decided, I've decided that you really aren't going to change anything. You're just going to keep giving more and more and more money away. You're going to give reparations, but you're not going to do anything to unify the races. Where are the gay people in all this? I haven't heard anything from any gay people, so I'm assuming that you're all going to vote for Kamala because I haven't heard anything in support of Trump. That doesn't make any difference either. The bottom line is if Trump gets in, these problems should be taken care of. And if Kamala gets in, we're going to be spent. How do you give somebody $25,000? They can't afford the house in the first place. Now all of a sudden they've got the mortgage payment. They've got the upkeep on the property. They got the utilities. They don't have the money for that, but they're going to be moved into a house with a $25,000 credit for their mortgage. This doesn't make any sense. It's not going to work. It's going to go into foreclosure. Very simple. But nobody thinks about any of this stuff when they're voting. They just don't want, they want a new change. Well, you're not going to get a new change. You're going to get 4 more years of Biden. At least if he gets in and he's got control, he's going to be able to fix these international problems, which are eventually going to destroy this country. The border is a mess. It's not going to stop. They're going to just keep bringing them in. How about bringing in some people that actually want to work for a living? And then the black people, I feel bad for them because the immigrants are taking all your jobs, whether you like it or not. It's that simple. So good luck, everybody, and think twice before you vote. That 70 million people have already voted. It's nuts. And I don't understand it, but you know the consequences of who and what's going to happen, whoever you decide to vote for. So good luck, and we'll pick it up on Wednesday next week. Have a good one, and keep smiling.